Welcome to the bonus content. So we haven't done a review in a while, so I figured we'd do a review.
Of this weird stuff that I brought.
Well, this is Crown Royal Apple Whiskey.
Crown Royal apple flavor.
Melted Jolly Ranchers.
So when they say flavored, you know it's not actually apple. It's sort of like
But
when
the
you have,
ad showed a picture of apples on it.
well, it's an apple on an iPhone. Doesn't mean that doesn't mean you can eat it.
Fair enough.
In fact, that'd probably be quite bad for you if you did that.
I saw the ad. It was like a rotating axe and apples were falling onto it and it was like cutting the apples in
And
half.
that's what inspired you to get this whiskey.
No.
Tell us your inspiration then.
My inspiration was that I was at the LCBO with Jordan and he offered to buy me a bottle of whiskey and this one cost $35 instead of $60. And I had
I
this
would have
one
gone
before.
for the 60.
And well, listen, they didn't even have Tomatin 12 in stock at the time, and this was not expensive, and it was not intrusive, and it was a reward for me doing school so well. Because I'm pushing for my bachelor's degree and I'm almost there.
We need to find another topic for Jordan to come on. I love having him on the show, so we need to find something that he can come on for soon.
That we do.
Yeah.
That we absolutely
All right.
do.
So
Refugee status.
now I normally don't go with flavored whiskeys.
Yeah.
Like I normally don't go cinnamon flavor, apple flavor, et cetera, et cetera. Maybe honey flavored or maple every once in a while if it's the right kind.
Yeah.
This is more of a whiskey liqueur, I would say.
Yeah, kind of. Yes.
Yeah, I would say it feels a little more liqueur. You can drink it straight. So now when we do a review, like an actual formal
proper
mediocre
review,
scope,
yes.
a proper one, we actually try. So the rules are we drink it for what it is. This is apple flavored whiskey.
Yes.
So we can't compare it to single malt scotch. We can't compare it to beer.
That's right.
It is what it is, and you give it its rating on that. The scale's from 1 out of 10, and you do have to explain why you're giving it its rating. Okay.
There you go.
All right. So I'm happy to go first.
Go for it.
All right. So first, give it a smell. It's got it smells like apple cider. It very much smells like a very strong apple cider to me.
Jolly Ranchers, man.
I smell apple cider. That's what I smell.
You smell Jolly
I
Ranchers?
smell. Okay, I can get like okay. Now I can get there a little bit with.
Once
the
he
Jolly
says
Rancher.
Jolly Ranchers, I'm like, shit, that's all I can smell.
Okay. So okay, a bit Jolly Rancher, apple Jolly Rancher. Okay, so I'm gonna take a sip.
Spiked Jolly Rancher.
Yep.
Bit smoother than I was expecting. It tastes to me like a caramel apple is what it tastes like.
Sure.
I don't think it's all that offensive. I mean, again, like I have to compare it to a flavored whiskey, which I don't have a lot of experience with.
Fair enough. Yeah.
Oh, I'm comfortable giving this one like a 6.5, 7, something like that. I mean, really, it's not offensive.
No.
It's better than So not offensive to me is a 5.
Sure.
Better than not offensive is about a 6
Sure.
or a 7. So that's where I'm gonna put it at. It's better than not offensive.
So it's mediocre.
It's mediocre.
So I'm gonna give it I'll give it a 7 mediocres.
All right.
7 mediocres.
All right.
Josh.
All right. It's, what is it? Apple whiskey?
Apple whiskey. Yeah.
Apple whiskey.
It smells like fucking Jolly Rancher.
It's only 35%
Jolly Ranchers
alcohol.
are good.
Like it smells like the Jolly Rancher. If you open it up with the kid for your kid at Halloween, you'd be like, "Give me that!" That's the whole bag's going. Like
Exactly.
It smells spiked, but it does smell like Jolly Ranchers. All right,
Which is nice.
it's sweet though. Like it's not like if you were to melt this down and add some wax, it might make an okay candle. Because like, like a
High praise from Josh.
add a
It would
little,
make an-
add
it
a
would
little
make an
pumpkin
okay candle.
spice in there, and you got a Yankee candle going.
Oh, yeah.
Ugh.
All right,
Here he goes.
Tell us how you really think, Josh.
Exactly.
Why do you hate it?
well. If you guys remember Flaming Moe's from
where they added cough syrup and lit it on fire?
yeah, I'm fairly certain that that is what this tastes like.
So we need to put it on fire, is what you're saying.
I don't know if you could light this on fire.
It's not enough alcohol. though.
Yeah, I don't
No, it's
think
only
that-
35%, which
Yeah.
is very low for a whiskey.
You know what though? If
'Cause
you
it's not
limit,
really
if you break the
whiskey, it's
sugar
a-
off though, it might actually taste okay.
Well, we could. I think it. Yeah, it is a little sugary. I'd agree.
Like give that little caramelization. It might actually taste more like a caramel apple and taste good. I don't know.
Okay.
But it's not my favorite.
Okay.
Like I haven't really had a lot of flavored whiskeys
Yeah.
other than there's been like a kind of like a honey or maple I've had,
Yeah,
but
yeah,
I've never had like
Apple.
apple, so I don't have anything really to compare it to.
Yeah.
So I mean, on a mediocre scale, at large, it's terrible and like a 2 or a 3. But on this, I would say probably like a 5. I don't know.
Okay, yeah,
I
I'd say that's fair.
like,
It's,
Fair enough. Fair enough.
like say like 5 is not offensive is where I put a 5.
Sure.
So 4.
All right, all right.
All right.
Mike, all you.
I'm going to go here. Here we go.
Down the hatch. Good for you, young man.
So I've had this before, but it was when I was much less
Why are you
experienced.
still drinking it, Josh?
Yeah, I was a lot less experienced the first time that I had this stuff, and I liked it a lot better then. Having it now, being a little bit more into the world of Scotch, it's not as good. Like I find like it's got a very bitter aftertaste, but not the good kind.
And again, you can't compare it to Scotch.
I know. But I've just generally, I find that it does not have a very good aftertaste to it. I do find that it does smell very, very sweet. And on when you first take it,
Yankee Candle, man.
yeah, when you first sip it, like on the open of this stuff, it is very, very sweet as well. But
I
then
want to
it
brush my
turns-
teeth.
Yeah,
right
yeah, like,
now.
like it does. It feels like cavity's waiting to happen. Overall, as far as like its own independent drink, it's not terrible. I'm gonna give it a 7.5.
All right, so I think we're probably average around a 6 then for this, 6 out of 10, which is not a great score, but I mean, it's also not the worst score either. I mean, we'll have to actually formally do the math.
Sure, yeah.
I'll send away to NASA, see if they can calculate it for us.
Computers are kicking on.
Yep. All right. Now, sometimes when we do this, we usually have a 4th, but we'll do 3. It's fine.
NASA, they
And
don't have
I'm
real
starting to feel this a
printers.
little bit, actually.
You starting to feel it?
Starting to feel it, yeah.
Really?
There you go.
Well, because, I've been on a reduced alcohol lately, so my
Warms your
tolerance is-
toes, eh?
It does. I mean, this feels like I should mix it with something.
That's what it.
yeah.
That's what I like. I don't think
I
this
feel
is
like
meant to
I
be
want-
drank by itself.
So what do you mix it
want,
with?
I want this to be hot with cinnamon and like
Yes.
a little
Okay.
weaker.
That's why I
and a
was
little,
joking with the Yankee Candle thing with pumpkin spice and stuff. But it really does feel like it needs like nutmeg and cloves.
Yeah,
and, like,
and
Sure,
like,
sure,
like,
sure,
like,
sure.
And heat it
like,
up.
like a hot toddy, but
yeah.
apple. Like,
Sure.
this feels
You know
like
what?
sweet.
That would actually be with like a little bit of like
hot
allspice or
toddies
something
are
and like
whiskey,
lemon.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah, you make a hot toddy with this. I bet that'd be
It's
great.
lemon and honey.
Shit, I think we should.
Well,
make
I'm
that.
leaving the bottle here, so I mean,
Nice.
for future shows, we'll
You know
give
what?
that a try.
We'll make a
Alright.
hot toddy out of it in a future episode and review that and see what
There,
it tastes like.
see, very
Sounds
good.
great. Okay, so
Awesome.
we'll do that probably closer when winter sets in. It's still firmly fall.
Still firmly fall. By that, what he means by that is it's October and it's already snowed once. So
Yeah, it did.
it did.
While I was gone.
No, like 3 days ago.
3 days ago, yeah, it snowed. I was very sad.
What?
Staring out the window and it was snowing.
I didn't notice at all.
Yeah, my kid came home from cadets. And he's like, "Dad," and he gives me this handful of snow, and I was like, "Why are you giving that to me? Are you trying to make me upset? Like, what? Why? Go to bed."
Yeah, I can see why your kids would want to upset you.
Yeah, exactly. Right. Yeah, I buy this kid Pokemon cards. Okay, like it's yeah.
That's allowed.
It is now. I negotiated
Nice.
for that. Yep. Well, I'm not allowed to have Magic the Gathering cards, even though that's a really super cool game.
Pokemon
Yeah, it
is
is.
so much more popular though with kids.
It's
it
the
is.
same game,
It's-
except Magic's more complicated. But anyway,
Magic is.
I stopped playing in like the late '90s because
Pokemon
all my-
or Magic?
Magic, because all my cards got stolen, and then I started to get back into it a few years later. I'm like, I don't know what the fuck is going on anymore.
Yeah, they got a lot of new mechanics in it now. Apparently, like I say, I don't really play it anymore. But I'm getting into Pokemon now. It's clever enough that I can enjoy it.
At least it's not as dumb as like Dungeons and Dragons or some stupid shit.
Hey, I play Pathfinder. My druid is a level 7 right now, level 8. And I can turn into a fire elemental now. And my druid keeps on accidentally burning shit down.
You must really impress your wife.
There's this game.
She's
You need
amused.
to play Ark because it's all
Yeah,
about
I keep
taming
meaning
horses.
to. It's like
You can,
although
you can
my
tame
favorite-
people and breed them.
What?
I can breed people.
Yes.
People.
Sold.
Done. I've seen YouTube videos of Ark, but I mean, I never really got into it myself.
All right. I'm sold. Although to be fair, like my favorite '90s sci-fi like video game just came available, or computer game just came available on Steam, so I gotta get through that first.
Which one is it?
Battlezone 2 Combat Commander.
Okay.
If you have heard of this game,
You're old as fuck.
It's from 1999, and if
Game
you
of the year?
played it, no, not even that. It didn't do so well when it came out because it was a sequel to another game, Battlezone.
Okay, fair enough.
But it had such a really loyal community. It kept being modded and updated outside of Activision.
Okay.
up through like now.
Activision. Okay,
It was an
now
old
now
Activision
you've got my
game.
attention. Activision was a very good company.
Yeah, so it was an Activision game.
Sure.
It's
They made Star
basically-
Trek Armada.
Yeah, so it was basically a combination first-person shooter and base building game. So it was
Combination of those two?
Yep.
How do they?
And a little bit of strategy built in because you can command units from like a bird's eye view if you wanted to.
Really?
It was a very interesting game. Problem is, complicated mechanics, so a lot of people didn't really like it. But it had such a loyal online following that another company bought the rights, re-released the first version on Steam. Now they've re-released this version on Steam, put the multiplayer back in, and put people made a crap ton of mods for this.
Yeah.
Like they basically made entire separate games.
Yeah.
On this platform, it was great. The mod community.
Activision had a lot of like moddable games. Like even Star Trek Armada was moddable. Like they added like Star Wars stuff to it, which was very weird.
So very similar to kind of that idea.
Yeah.
Oh, looks like we're getting out of time here for a bonus. Anyway,
we're also boring Josh, but yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, so thank you so much for joining us for our bonus here. So
Crown Royal
apple whiskey. Get it, but mix it.
There.
Would that be fair?
That's fair. It's only
All
$35 for a bottle at the LCBO, which is the overpriced government option. Get something else.
Anyway, for Two and Change, I'm Tim.
I'm Josh.
I'm Mike.
We'll see you next time.